everyone, my name is Sharon Cheney and I am presenting you with supporting students with visual impairments. The objectives are to define what visual impairment is, to explain what the impact of visual impairment is on learning, social, and emotional well-being, to describe what the key accommodations and assistive technologies are, to identify what strategies teachers should use, and to understand what the roles of IEPs and specialists are in the classroom. What is visual impairment? Visual impairment refers to a condition where an individual has significant difficulty seeing, even with things like glasses or contacts. In an educational context, visual impairment includes students who need adaptations to fully access learning materials and to participate in the classroom. What is visual impairment? Presents from birth. It has more impact than if you were to be born with sight and then lose it later on. So it's harder for individuals that are born without their sight than it is if you have sight and lose your sight later on. So types of visual impairment and causes. Total blindness is the most common type, and that's basically where you have no vision at all. Partial sight is sometimes referred to as low vision. This is where you have some remaining sight. There's things like blurred vision, tunnel vision, reduced ability, and low light. Macular degeneration gradually creates a blind spot in the center of someone's vision, just like you see in this picture here, and it causes partial sight. Color blindness is a condition where an individual has a hard time distinguishing between colors. The most common type is the inability to distinguish between red and green, and it's most common in male individuals. And these two circles here are just a very basic color blindness test. If you can see the numbers here, then you can very clearly tell the difference between red and green colors. If you have a hard time with these numbers here, then you may be experiencing color blindness. The top one is the number 74, and the bottom one is number 2. Causes of visual impairment can be genetics, birth defects, injuries, diseases, and aging. Visual impairment and learning. This can pose unique challenges in the classroom since most of the learning process traditionally relies on visual cues. Visual impairment affects a student's ability to participate in visual activities like reading, writing, and physical education. Navigating the classroom or school environment can be very challenging to the students and requires orientation and mobility training. Students might need alternative formats such as Braille, large print, or audio-based resources to access the curriculum. Emotional and social impact. The emotional impact on students may be a little tough for them. They may feel frustrated, they may feel anxiety or isolation if they can't fully participate in the classroom activities. They also may develop lower self-esteem if they see themselves as different or if they face frequent challenges. Social impact for students with visual impairment. Social development can be significantly affected as well, as children are not able to pick up on nonverbal cues. They're unable to make eye contact. They may appear disinterested. So this can be hard to make social interactions and make friends. They may feel excluded from group activities if they're not adapted to their needs, and social stigmas or misconceptions about blindness can lead to bullying or misunderstanding from peers. IEPs, or individualized education plans. While not as common as other disabilities, students with visual impairments often require specialized support and resources to succeed academically and socially. IEPs are personalized plans designed to meet the unique needs of each student with disabilities, including those with visual impairments. The components of the IEP include goals that are tailored to academic and functional skills directly to the student, specific services like working with a teacher of visually impaired or TVI, and the accommodations for classroom materials, seating, and testing. Collaboration among teachers, parents, and specialists ensures the plan is effectively implemented and is very important. An IEP might specify that a visually impaired student receive magnified text, assistive technology, and extra time for tests to accommodate their needs. Classroom accommodations. For physical accommodations, adjusted seating arrangements for optimal lighting and proximity to the teacher or resources is important, as well as using tactile markers. Tactile means to be able to touch something, so things that they can feel on their desks, doorways, or materials for easy navigation. Instructional accommodations. So it's important to provide materials in large print, braille, or other digital formats to offer verbal descriptions or visual content such as diagrams or videos. Allow extra time for reading and assignments. Technological accommodations include providing access to assistive devices like screen readers, magnification tools, or refreshable braille displays. To use interactive smartboards or digital tools compatible with accessibility software. And for testing accommodations, to offer tests in accessible formats and allow additional time, and to permit the use of a scribe or reader during exams. Assistive technology. Assistive technology empowers visually impaired students to access education content and participate fully in the classroom. There's a wide variety of types, including tactile. Once again, tactile means you could touch or feel it. Auditory means you can hear it. And digital tools are each tailored to individual needs. These tools enhance independence and bridge gaps in accessing information. So things such as a reading pen, electronic magnifiers, braille devices, and even apps like this Seeing AI. It's a talking camera for the blind, and it helps individuals with daily tasks from reading to describing photos to identifying products and more. Braille technology. Braille is a tactile writing system using raised dots that represent letters and symbols. This technology is essential for students who are blind. There are types of Braille tools: the manual Braille writers like the Perkins Brailler, and the digital Braille displays that connect to computers or tablets, translating text into Braille. Braille literacy improves reading and writing skills, fostering academic success and independence. Devices like this refreshable Braille display enables students to complete assignments and engage with digital content. Screen readers and magnification software. Screen readers convert on-screen text into spoken words, enabling students to navigate computers and digital content. Magnification software enlarges text and images on screens, helping students with low vision. Tactile and auditory learning methods. For tactile methods, this is a use of textured materials. Once again, something you can touch. Tactile graphics like raised maps and diagrams, hands-on learning with manipulatives for math or science experiments. Auditory methods are ones you can hear: audiobooks, podcasts, verbal instructions, and apps that provide auditory feedback for typing or drawing. Collaboration with specialists. Teachers should work closely with specialists to create effective learning environments. Vision specialists, once again also known as TVIs, can offer guidance on Braille and other assistive tools. Orientation and mobility specialists help with spatial awareness and independence. But it's important to remember regular communication with families ensures consistency between the home and the school. Legal protections. Individuals with Disability Act or Disability Education Act, or IDEA, guarantees free appropriate public education. It mandates the creation of an IEP to address specific education needs. Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, prohibits discrimination against individuals with disabilities, and it requires schools to ensure accessibility Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act ensures accommodations and support for students with disabilities. Though in the U.S., schools are required to provide students with visual impairments access to textbooks and other learning resources in Braille or digital formats under these laws. Inclusive teaching strategies. It is important to create a supportive learning environment by ensuring that visually impaired students can actively participate in classroom activities through adaptations, collaborative opportunities, and accessible resources. So, a teacher could use descriptive language to explain visual content during lessons, or provide different types of materials like print, digital, and tactile tools. To incorporate group work, so working with their peers to foster collaboration and inclusion. And it's important to use clear, consistent organization in classroom layouts to support navigation of a student who may have visual impairment. Building peer relationships. It's important to encourage group activities that include all students. Educate the students' peers to foster empathy and understanding, so talk to them about visual impairment, and create a buddy system for support during activities like navigating the school or working on projects. Teacher awareness and sensitivity. Teachers must understand the challenges faced by students with visual impairments. Training and ongoing professional development on disability awareness ensures teachers are equipped to provide effective support. Empathy and patience are important to fostering a supportive environment. My big takeaways. The inclusive education is about more than just tools. It's also about building an environment where every student feels valued, included, and capable. Simple changes like providing accessible materials or encouraging peer support can make a huge difference in the classroom experience of a student with visual impairment. And empowering visually impaired students not only benefits them academically and socially, but also teaches all students empathy, understanding, and teamwork. A big thank you. Together, we can build a future where every student feels included, valued, and empowered to succeed. Thanks. Hi, everyone. My name is Sharon Cheney, and I am presenting you with supporting students with visual impairments. The objectives are to define what visual impairment is, to explain what the impact of visual impairment is on learning, social, and emotional well-being, to describe what the key accommodations and assistive technologies are, to identify what strategies teachers should use, and to understand what the roles of IEPs and specialists are in the classroom. What is visual impairment? Visual impairment refers to a condition where an individual has significant difficulty seeing, even with things like glasses or contacts.